you wanna be.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Schall We Talk. I have a very exciting episode for you today. We are covering all wedding dress extravaganza. I know this whole week has been very heavy on the wedding dress. So if you have no interest at all in wedding dresses, don't worry. This is our last and final day talking about it. and then post-wedding, you'll see what I wear. But it was just like really exciting for me, and getting to partner up with Martina Liana was very exciting. So all of it, well, we'll get into everything. Mama Schall is going to come on the podcast today, and we're going to break down the entire day, tell you what it's like. It was both of our first time really wedding dress shopping. I may or may not have gone with my friend Jen. We can't remember, but the whole experience was really cool. So we will talk you through the whole thing. But first, let's say hi to security.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
So we told you last week that I took over security's Hinge, made a profile, and last night he went on his third Hinge date in the month of January.
Yes,
we started
you
like
promised.
I said 3 dates a month till we get you a girlfriend that will hopefully one day be your wife.
Exactly. And
If
I'll
you
even
want.
go wedding shopping with them. Wedding dress shopping.
Oh, well, we could talk about this later. I got backlash.
About what?
I said in Insta stories that I showed Dr. Piano Man my wedding dress.
Yeah.
And people were like, no.
See, I disagree. You are unconventional, and that's what makes you special. And you showing him is an unconventional thing, but it's...
And you know, it's funny. I said, Dr. Piano Man and we each put in one important rule when it came to the wedding. His important rule was that he wanted to spend the whole party with me. He didn't want to have two separate experiences. If I want to go on the dance floor, he will come with me. If one of us has to go talk to someone, we both go, because he doesn't want us both just entertaining like separate guests. He wants us to have the memory together. My thing that was really important to me is I don't want a stuffy wedding. Like, I don't want to just go with like what we're told we're supposed to do. I want to do the things that make us happy. And like the wedding dress was something that was like so exciting to me that I wanted him to be a part of it. And so like I couldn't wait to get home, and I like had him watch the videos of me trying on the dresses and like showed him the picking up, and he got so emotional. Like I wanted him to be part of that, but also like, you know, that you're not supposed to sleep together like the night before. Like not only are we sleeping together, but I want to spend the whole day with him. Like we want the whole day. Like so many of the conventional things are being thrown out because me and him are just planning our perfect day, not what we're told. But yeah, people are like, oh no, this is bad luck. But I'm like, I think I don't.
You know, something our brother said once was he didn't want to have a wedding. He wanted to get married.
Yeah.
And there is a difference when you say something like that.
I want the wedding. The marriage, we could have done that at the courthouse. Saved ourselves thousands of dollars. This is not about the marriage. This is about having the best freaking time ever. We are celebrating the marriage.
Okay, there you go.
I would marry Dr. Piano Man 2 months, like the day he proposed. I would have gone straight to the courthouse.
After the first date, you were ready.
After the first date, me and him were ready to throw in the towel and say, we're done. This is it forever.
No, throwing the towel is when you quit.
Throw in the towel of dating. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Like I knew that was the end of that life and starting a brand new life with me and him together. So like this is the day is not about our marriage, which like it absolutely is about our marriage. It's about celebrating our marriage.
You notice how this was originally about me and my dating, and it always circles back to Robin. I'm just pointing that out.
How are you? So Dad and I have this ongoing joke for 20, 30 years now. He'll call me and he'll go, what's going on? I'll talk for 10 minutes straight monologue. And then I'll go, oh, wait, I got to go. And he'll go, okay, me too. And I go, oh, wait, Dad. And he goes, yeah. I go, how are you? And then he hangs up. Like, it's an ongoing joke we had for years. That right before we hang up, I ask him how he is, and then he hangs up.
Does he answer?
No, he doesn't want to. He's calling to see how I'm doing. Also, like, well, what is he going to tell me? Like, oh, I did these taxes. Yeah. I spoke to your mother. Like, he does two things throughout the day.
Yeah.
He talks to people and he does taxes.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
So how are you? Click. So we're about to bring Mama Schall in. We're going to go through the dress. I hope you guys enjoyed all the videos this week on Instagram and TikTok from the dress shopping. There's going to be more stuff on Patreon. If you would like to join Patreon, head over at Schall We Talk. And make sure here on YouTube you subscribe, leave a nice comment. On Apple Podcasts and Spotify, please give a 5-star and leave a nice review. And let's get Mama Schall in, and I'll walk you through the whole experience. Welcome, Mama Schall, to the podcast.
Thank you.
Wait, is this your third time on the podcast?
That's right.
Because we did one episode with you, then we did the game show.
With Dad.
And then this. Wow.
I'm becoming a regular.
Okay, so we're going to talk you all through the wedding dress process, the day. It really was, Mom, what's the word? Give us a word.
Exhilarating.
Exhilarating. That is a really good word because it's not just exciting. Because it was, I know you don't like when I use this word, but I felt very overwhelmed. Like it was a lot of emotions and excitement.
Yes.
So exhilarating is an overwhelming amount of excitement. So
exactly. That's right.
You did good. You did good, Deborah. This is why we bring you on the podcast 3 times. But just for a little background, when I first got engaged, I said to my mom, I don't care what I wear. I'm just going to find like a $50 white gown on Amazon and just like, I didn't care. Like the fashion's not my thing, right? And I had said on Insta stories that I know I wanted an off-the-shoulder dress and sexy. And you guys had been sending me pictures of wedding dresses. And one of you sent me a Martina Liana dress. And I clicked on their, Instagram account, and I loved the dresses over there. Like I loved the shape, the sexiness, all these things, how you could customize different parts. And so I slid into their DMs, and I'm like, hi, big fan. Love your dresses. If I'm getting married in September, if you want to, work together, I would absolutely love that. And they were like, we would love to work with you. And so I was like, great. And then I reached out to Kleinfeld. So Kleinfeld is a store that sells wedding gowns. And the show Say Yes to the Dress is filmed there. And it's just such a iconic New York thing. And so I slid in their DMs. And I knew that they obviously had Martina Liana gowns there. And I was like, hey, big fan. Would you want to work together? They like, we love to. So they gave me their contact. I sent it over to my manager. Bada bing, bada boom. Before you know it, the 3 of us are working together. And I mean, the details are the details, but it was just very exciting to know that like there was going to be a designer making my dress and that we were all in it together. And I went from just not caring about a dress to working with like a high fashion designer. It was like such a complete 180 from what I originally told you I was going to do. So then I was like, hey, by the way, I'm now going to have the most gorgeous gown that we could possibly find. I spoke to the people at Martina Liana. We had like a meeting, like what I was thinking, what they were thinking. I had a little bit of vision. They told me that Kleinfeld was going to take care of everything on their end. They were going to have dresses that they thought would be great for me there and for me to just have the best time. So then I spoke to Kleinfeld's. They said, how many people do you want? And I said, just my mom, because I love my girlfriends. I have the greatest girlfriends in the world. But I knew I wanted to pick the dress. I wanted no influence. I wanted my mom, one, because I wanted to have this experience with you, but I also just knew if I could say to you, all right, I like this dress and this dress, just give me your opinion, but you wouldn't overstep and say, that's ugly. Like you weren't going to say anything like that. Okay, so now you have the background.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Do you have food in your mouth?
No.
Oh.
I'm just swallowing.
Okay.
Lucky I have my teeth in.
We'd go viral. If that flew out, if your teeth flew out, there's no way in hell I'd cut that because we'd go viral.
You know where I remember that from?
What? Oh, Sue?
No.
What?
Don't you remember we were on the roller coaster down in Florida?
And your teeth started falling out in the roller
I
coaster.
wouldn't scream because I was afraid they were going to...
And you know how they take pictures on the roller coaster?
See, they're like, oh, that's
And all you would say is,
we're going viral.
I hope it does. I hope it does.
Okay, so when I told you that I was going
You're
to be...
cutting that whole thing out.
No way.
No way.
Okay. So, Mom, when I told you I'd be working with this designer and I sent you her Instagram, what were your thoughts? Tell me.
First of all, I loved the dresses. They, just like what you said, they are perfect. The line, the way the dresses are designed and the lines on these dresses are perfect for your body.
Yeah. Although,
It's-
remember we just went to her page.
Yes.
And we looked at it on a very tall, slender
Model.
woman, and it looked beautiful on her too. So really, I say any body type, these dresses really accentuate. So you've heard of Kleinfeld's, obviously.
Oh, yeah, I watched the show.
Oh, okay.
Say yes to the dress.
All right, so we walk in, and it's like this big room. There's the iconic front desk.
And you actually see the groups of women, and you can see who the bride is and her family and friends around her. And it's very exciting. You can see the smiles on everyone's faces.
Yeah, there's a vibe. Like you could feel the energy in the room.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're sitting there, and then our bridal consultant comes over. Her name was Brandi. She had texted me the day before saying she was going to be our bridal consultant. She took our coats, and then she said, "All right, let's go into the back." Now I did not know we were getting the VIP package.
Right.
It's funny. A lot of this was discussed without me, like the little details of the day.
Right.
I mean, if I read all the fine print, I probably would have known.
Maybe you should.
But yeah, so we get there, we find out we have the VIP package, which means we have a private room. And instead of, because usually if you have a dress shopping appointment there, you're in the main showroom, which by the way is beautiful, and I'm sure it's its own experience, which would be lovely too.
And you could see that all of the consultants, as they were approaching their group,
Yeah.
they were carrying a bottle of champagne
Yeah.
and glasses.
Yeah,
and
so I think it's an amazing
bottles of
experience regardless of what
water.
level you get.
Absolutely.
But the package that we were given was this VIP. So we had our own room, which was, bigger than this studio, right? It was like two of these because this is
Oh,
where
yeah.
And we go in, and Brandy's like, let's just start with champagne. We're like, okay. And so we popped champagne, we cheered.
Do you have the cork?
I do. It's on the windowsill next to the proposal bottle. I'm making that my whole little collection of wedding stuff. You started crying right away.
Yes, I was very emotional, and especially, I wasn't anticipating, feeling like that, but it is, you get that feeling.
Yeah. I would say throughout the whole 3 hours, by the way, when we got there and they're like, oh, you have the room for 3 hours, my mom and I were like, we'll be out in 20 minutes. Because we're not two women who could spend all day in the mall, right? That's
Right.
not our cup of tea. We go in, get the dress, get out. So let me tell you, we used the entire 3 hours.
Yes.
It flew by. And I'll tell you, there was a nice medium of it being emotional and us being silly and having fun. And I appreciated that.
And first of all, I have to compliment Brandi that she kept everything at a high level and exciting, but still very professional.
I have to agree. There was a high. There was a buzz. I felt like we all did cocaine. It was just very... You've never done cocaine.
No.
That's what it's like.
But-
do you want to know a fun fact about me? I'm one of the few people that still eat on cocaine.
Still what? What'd you say?
You do cocaine, you don't eat. You have no appetite. So I did cocaine, a couple of times in my youth. I was starving. And my friend Rebecca's like, and Adam would be like, how are you eating pizza? And I'm like, oh, still hungry. Any of those things that are supposed to suppress appetites, just,
It doesn't work on us. I know.
we push through. Okay, anyway, that may be for Patreon. And keep it in the episode.
You're keeping that in the episode?
Okay.
Cocaine, teeth flying, everything. This episode has everything.
People are going to come to this thinking this is like a wholesome mother-daughter dress episode. So everything's gone awry. All right, so we pop the cork, and then she's like, she sits me down, and she pretty much says, like, tell me about Antonio. How'd you guys meet? And then she said, where's the wedding? When is the wedding? What's the vibe you want? So she just kind of wanted to get to know me because before she starts pulling dresses, and she says she'll pull 4 to start with.
Well, she was also had the designer that you wanted,
Yes.
so that made it
It does make it easier when you know what designer you want, or if you know I only want ball gowns or I only want whatever. But that's why it was good that I sat down with her, because I said, okay, for example, I said, I know I want sexy. Because
Right.
she didn't pull any of the more conservative. Martina Liana does have more conservative dresses, but I had said from the start, I don't want conservative.
Right.
I want to look like a SLUT.
Robin!
I just want, when I walk down that aisle, for Dr. Piano Man to like, can't wait for this party to be over.
We got teeth out of the mouth. We got cocaine. We got SLUTs. We got everything in this episode.
Oh
No,
my-
but like that, like, remember, I don't want stuffy.
Granted, but you gotta still have.
What? No, if it was up to me, I'd be walking naked down the aisle.
What?
And then that's how we cut our guest list down. You don't want to see Robin naked? We're moving like all the family.
Well,
And it'll just be Regina and Belinda and Adam. They'll go, we'll see her naked. No one else is coming. Okay, anyway, this is taking a left turn.
yeah.
Okay, so I said I wanted sexy, So the 4 dresses she pulled were 4, and again, I say sexy, but you know what I mean. And so I left the room, because they have like a little changing room, and then I was going to come back in, stand on the platform, and then they're pulling the curtain open, and Mom would get a reveal.
That's what I wanted to
Yeah.
say, that within the room, there's a curtain, so that you can be behind the curtain, and then they pull it back, so there's a reveal.
Right, so it's
Which
not that she's
makes
seeing me walking, you're seeing it as art. So I went into the side room, they put me in the first dress, and I loved the first dress. It was very flowy and sexy, but more like, I kept saying this is like what I would see on a villa in Spain. Like, it was very, I loved it. So
It was one of the dresses that you had.
sent them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You liked that
So-
one a lot. I mean, you liked all of them.
I like that, but was it? I wanted to see the others. That
Yeah.
They,
And we liked it, but I think we both knew if I went with the first dress, it'd be a different vibe than what we were going in for.
right.
I had sent Regina and Belinda and security back in August, before I even got engaged, but I knew the engagement was coming, my idea of what I wanted for the dress. Like, I had found like inspo pictures. And so, I said, this is kind of the vibe I wanted. I'm just putting that out there, that I kind of had a vibe. And that first dress was beautiful, but not the vibe I was expecting. We would have had to pivot the vibe.
Well, that one also kind of conservative, even though it was still.
Conservative. Boobs are out, shoulders are out.
Yeah, I mean,
But compared to the rest of them, it was
compared to naked, it was conservative. It was classic.
yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
So, but you wanted a little edgy, I think.
Oh, well, you know what? I keep saying sexy. Edgy's also a really good word. I didn't want like super classic. I wanted a little edge to
Yes.
Deborah, I kept saying sexy. Edgy. Oh, huh. Huh. You know what? You said something smart. I wanted
Wait,
a little edge.
everything I say is smart. Hello.
Okay, so anyway, then we put on the second dress, and I put it on, and I was like, we got it.
Because it hit more of the boxes.
Yeah.
That we
It was
wanted
sexy.
checked off.
It was edgy
Edgy.
in the fact that it was like tight and like,
And the lines really accentuated your figure.
yeah.
And that was it. It brought out You.
Yeah, and we were pretty much ready to be done. And then Brandi was like, well, you're here. Just try. I have some other styles. But we were like, nah, fine. And then we put on the next dress. And then we were like, oh, shish kebab. Because that was the one with like the stomach.
And each time that you came out, it was as if you were going through a body transformation. All of a sudden, it seemed like all your curves, you just look so good.
Yeah. So what was happening, every dress, we kept going, oh no, like maybe it's this one. Where we were so, after that second dress, it just became then unclear because we really liked each one and each one was different. So then we couldn't figure out what we wanted.
Or which direction.
Yeah.
Because they were all different.
Yeah.
But yet they all hit the mark.
Yeah.
So that was
because
what
they
made
were
it difficult.
all of them after that first dress, they all were sexy, edgy, and flattering. Like they all had all three. So then we no longer knew what we want. We kept going back to that second dress as the front runner, but we weren't sure. And then we're like, okay, we think it's that second dress. We were pretty sure. And then Brandi actually says, I have one more. It's kind of similar to the picture you showed me, which was one of the pictures that I'd sent Regina and, Richie and Belinda. And then I tried it on, and I was like, oh, there we go. That's it.
Now, when you were in the room, the dressing room.
Yeah.
That is when you...
Yeah, because then I put it on, and I go, oh, this was the dress. Like, this is the dress, And it looked like I should be in it. Like, it was just right. And then I walked back into the room, and we opened the curtain, and I have it on video. You guys probably have already seen it. But you go, and like you're not talking. Like you can't even, you were speechless. And that's how I was in the dressing room. And it was like no words needed.
So I feel that this dress seems to have taken little bits of the other dresses and was like the composite of those dresses, and that's why it looks so good on you.
Yeah.
Because it had the different elements and put together.
Yeah, if you took all the dresses that you guys have seen and make it one dress, that's the dress. And it looks like none of them at the same time. Regina sent me this collage of the 3 photos and the dress that I got, and I literally got the dress I was manifesting. Then we hugged, we cried, we cheersed. I said yes to the dress. And then
that was also, I felt, a very emotional, because she was taking the significant part of the show when you're saying yes to the dress, which is like, now you can get married.
Yeah.
And she did it for us.
Yeah.
And it just brought chills to me.
You gonna cry?
Maybe.
Now, little did I know, behind the scenes, more was happening. And before I knew it, as all of this was going on, I was asked if I also wanted to be dressed by Martina Liana for my welcoming party. And so we actually walked out with 2 dresses. Da-da-da-da! I don't know if is that breaking news? Did I say that on Insta Stories? No, right?
No, you didn't.
Oh, okay. Well, here on Shall We Talk, you get the exclusive. I will also be dressed in a Martina Liana gown for my welcoming party. And I don't want to say much, but I will say in one of the many videos that was posted this week, you do see the dress I'll be wearing at the welcoming party. So just know there is a little Easter egg out there of that. So I'm going to be dressed in 2 of her gowns that weekend.
And it's unbelievable how beautiful they are.
Yes. And her veil. And like, it's so funny. Like, I've never even pictured me in a veil. I was like, not like,
yeah.
And then they put it on me. And I was like, all right, that's why I'm going with the veil. It looked, you know what? It's funny. I don't know if this is the right wording. I felt so high fashion. And you know me and you, we're not fashion girls. We don't know brands. We don't get like the high end design. Like we don't know.
I mean, we know about. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like we're totally
Like losers. But you know what I mean? Like,
right.
and I felt so high fashion in these dresses, and I felt so confident and so good
Well-
about myself. And you and me have this tendency of doing self-deprecating humor. That was not happening in that
No.
dress. We did not joke about me at all.
Brandi fostered such a positive vibe.
Yes.
With all the dresses, with you in them, that you felt it.
Oh my God, there was such a funny moment. I think it was when I put on that second dress and we thought we were going to go with that. We're hugging and you're crying and you go, I remember when you were in the hospital having surgery. And I'm like, oh my God, Mom. Like you wanted to like up the dramatics. And I'm like, we don't.
But it's true.
Okay, so let me interview you for a second.
Okay.
Okay, Deborah. It's now been 48 hours-ish. How do you feel looking back on the day?
I loved it. It was a wonderful, exciting experience.
And
it was an experience.
yeah.
Because it was more than just going into a store, trying on the dress, picking it and leaving. It was a whole,
Yeah.
I don't even have the words for it, but that's how, it was a lot of fun also.
Yeah. I said to Antonio, I said, having this memory with my mom, like I'm never going to forget this memory. There's this cute video. I have to send it to you. It's me in the actual dress. And I like grab your arm and I go, and we both go, dun, 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 dun.
Oh, right.
And we start laughing. And it's like, I have that on video. I have that video. I get messages from you guys all the time like, oh, thank you for including us on this special occasion and this special occasion. But it's like, I love bringing you guys along. I love having the video. Like, Dr. Piano Man, bless this man's heart and soul, knew for the engagement that I would want something very private and personal, but also knew I would want it filmed to share it with everyone.
With the kids.
And that's why he brought on security to make sure that I could have my private moment with him, but that security was going to make sure that everything was captured, that I could. Do you know, I watched that video multiple times throughout the week. And like, I know with the wedding dress, like these clips of me and you together, I'm going to watch that all the time.
I just want to give a shout out to someone.
Who?
Someone special. Security for filming your engagement. Because we feel so secure that we know he will only show the best part of it. And
You can cut that from the episode.
and what?
It's gonna go. Do you know who gets a shout out? Security.
No,
This is gonna
no.
come from the episode.
No, it should go, you know who should get a shout out? And then I dub in Robin. So we said yes to the dress. We found out I was going to have my welcome drink. We picked the welcome party. And also, it was so easy, which is the welcome party one, because it screams welcome party. And actually, that dress, although it's a wedding gown, I think it's perfect for the welcome.
But it also starts off your wedding with a bang.
Yeah, and it was funny because I got home and I said to Dr. Piano Man that I was going to be wearing, I showed him which gown I was going to be wearing to the welcoming party. And I said, am I going to be too overdressed at our welcoming party? He goes, good, you're the bride. And I was like, thank you. And he goes, also, because People Magazine's going to cover this and you want to be looking your best. And I was like, yeah. So I appreciated that. So then we went home. We both passed out, right? You went to sleep. You went home to Long Island. I went home to my apartment. Both of us were so exhausted. Fell asleep. I mean, I texted all my girls.
Yes.
I sent them the pictures. They loved it. I spoke with Dr. Piano Man. And
Let me tell you, you want to know how many phone calls I got?
Yeah.
Everybody said, so how did, first of all, everybody wanted to know, what's it like going to Kleinfeld? And many of them had been there with their daughter or daughter-in-law, but they said, and how did you feel? How did it go with you? So it was like, because, like you said at the very beginning, going there is like iconic.
I don't know how much it is to go, not even for the VIP, just to go like for a regular session. But if you want something, when you visit New York, if you want something to do, go try on wedding dresses. It's such an experience. We had so much fun.
I think it just brings out such good vibes for all that are there.
Okay, but I want to talk about something a little more vulnerable now. We're going to pivot this episode a little. I'm on such a high. Dr. Piano Man's on a work trip in Japan right now. I wake up at 2 in the morning and I have a full-blown panic attack. You know this a little. I just start freaking out. And you're like, about what, Robin? I have no effing clue. I just got my dream dress. I'm marrying my dream man. I'm so excited. But I'm hysterical. So I text Dr. Piano Man. I said, are you at your conference? He's like, oh, I have 15 minutes. Do you want me to call you? I said, yeah. So he calls me. And I'm like, I don't know. And then he's like, what's wrong? And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, Rob, he goes, this was very overwhelming. He goes, you were on such a high today, and now you're quieting down. He's like, and I was like, it's just so overwhelming. And I can't explain why it was overwhelming. It wasn't overwhelming, and I say this not in a negative way. The anxiety wasn't even in a negative way. It was just such heightened emotions.
Well, that's it.
And I think like at 2 in the morning, my body like kind of crashed. I remember the same thing similar happened like after town hall when you're on such a high, like, and it comes down, my body like kind of crashes. And I remember it was I struggled until I spoke to him for a little bit, and then the next morning I was fine. It was daylight again, but at night it was just like all these emotions rushing.
First of all, you were tired from the day.
Yeah.
And just like what you said, but the adrenaline in your body is going, high.
Yeah.
And then it comes crashing down.
Yeah.
And psychologically, it has to, come out some way.
Yeah.
And that's what happens until you calm down or you have someone say, okay.
Yeah.
Everything was good.
Yeah.
And then you realize that it was.
And it was at that moment, it was during that 2 a.m. call when I was like, am I going to be overdressed? And he's like, good, you're the bride. He's like, People Magazine's going to cover this.
You needed to hear that.
He's like, you should be over, And then I'm like, do you like the dress? I don't know if this is the style. He's like, I love the dress. You look so amazing, And it's like, it's so funny. At 2 in the morning, my brain was overwhelmed. But that's why I kept saying overwhelmed, because it was such an experience. And I'm so curious for those of you who've like kind of gone through wedding dress shopping, if you felt this overwhelming feeling too of just like,
but people
emotions.
Experience it with all different
with
types.
like moving and having a kid, and
That's
like
like-
just said, doing town hall, like doing a big show. Whenever you have this like heightened, you used to say after throwing the bar mitzvahs, you'd be down the following week till you got the pictures.
Right, but the thing is, because it's such a build-up until
Yeah.
and that's what you're going to be going through for the next, 8 months?
Yeah.
And each thing is exciting and, happening, and, and then once things get a little calm afterwards, that's
Not
what
for us. We're having 10,000 weddings.
That's true. As soon as you finish the first, we're having the second one.
Then we'll do a New York wedding. I did tell, because I told Dr. Piano that I was like, I'm obsessed with this dress. I just want to wear it every day. So he's like, how about once a year, you and me go to the beach and like renew our vows, just the two of us, and you wear the dress
I love
every
that
year.
idea.
Yeah, and I got to wear the dress every year.
And guess what?
I know you're going to be on the boardwalks with your little binoculars watching us. All right, any last thing to add before we do our producer shout-outs?
No, I think that we said it all.
Yeah, thank you for coming and experiencing all that.
Thank you. What is it? I'm your mother.
It was, we have a lot of fun memories. I'm putting it really towards the top of our list. Although us in the hospital and you falling over and the phone falling on your head really...
You'll never forget
Or when
that.
we went to the emergency room because my nose was bleeding and you yelled, she's hemorrhaging! She's hemorrhaging! That was
Did
also,
it get you in?
Yeah, that was also a good moment. Oh, what was another top moment? I really wanted a surprise party. And you said no.
Okay.
And then I said, I want a surprise party. You said, no. I want a surprise party. No. I want a surprise party. And then you got like, oh my God, Robin, you idiot. You are getting a surprise party, but we're trying not to tell you. And I was like, oh, I'm getting a surprise party, yay. And then you said, yeah, it's on Saturday. Now you ruined the surprise. But really, the surprise party was Friday, but you just wanted me to shut up, so you told me it was Saturday. That's another good memory. We had some good times. Sorry I'm such a brat. But you handled me real well.
Yes. Well, then, can I do another shout out?
Yeah. Security. Robin.
To Robin.
What's your other shout out?
To Regina, the therapist.
Oh, not Regina, my friend.
No.
Regina, my therapist.
Because I went to her and she gave me
She's
some
talking about
really
my therapist
good,
from when I was 6 years old.
but she gave me great advice on what to do.
Okay.
Tell her she's having a surprise party, but tell it the wrong day.
That's right.
But this is what you and Antonio did with the engagement. 'Cause
Yeah.
It was so annoying. And I was like, when is it? When is it? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. When is it? Don't tell me. And so they're like, okay, it's from now. This was in August. They're like, it's from now until November. And so, like, I at least knew it was happening in, like, this 3-month time, which was enough for me. Because I knew to have my nails done. Am I annoying?
No. Absolutely not.
Do you guys, like, pay Antonio behind my back?
No.
Like, is this a charity engagement? Like, does he actually love me, or is this like, is he on the payroll? Why aren't you guys answering?
He's not even in Japan.
He's not in Japan. He's with his real family. He gets 2 weeks off every 3 months. All right. Well, Mama Schall, thank you for coming on. Would you like to do your producer shout-outs?
Okay, let's see if I remember everything. Okay, I want to thank all the Patreons, and I want to give a special shout out to Victoria, Susan Santoro, Thomas Ives, and Dr. Piano Man. And I wish everybody a happy and a healthy new year. We're still in January.
We're still in January.
You know what's so funny? That's the script, and she hasn't memorized.
Yep.
What are we going to say? Oh, in February. And I wish everybody
A happy
Valentine's
Valentine's
Day. Or what is it, Groundhog Day?
If you'd like to join Patreon, head over, or it's in the description. Just head over to Patreon, Shall We Talk. Thank you to all our Patreons. And let's close the episode out with our motherly advice segment.
What I have learned, and I put into practice just the other day, is that you have to be careful and think before you speak. And know that you can tell people your opinion and what you think about something, but remember that you're not supposed to be mean at any point.
Ooh.
And that don't criticize and knowing that it'll hurt the other person. And you say, oh, well, I'm being honest. No, it's still your opinion. Know that before you say anything, think about the person you're saying it to and what you're saying.
Yeah, I know there's some people who say, I just want to be honest.
That's what
It's
I
like,
just said.
You know what? It's like, you can have as many thoughts and opinions as you want. Pick and choose what people need to hear. And,
Exactly.
it's funny because there was a time before I saw The Last Dress. Once I saw The Last Dress, I knew that was it. Before that, when Brandi would leave, I'd say, Mom, just be honest. Like, what do you think of this dress? And that's when she would say, I like the other dress a little better. Or, this is good, but I don't love the way it falls here. Like, when I asked you, you would say, but you wouldn't just come out the whole time. Not once that the dresses were amazing, so I don't think there would have been a reason. But you would never just say something to put me down. And I think that is a good tool to always remember.
What I hate is when people say, don't take offense to what I'm going to say.
Oh, right.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, when as soon
Don't
as someone
say
says,
it.
oh, yeah, no offense, I go, I'm going to take offense. Just know that. Whatever you're going to say, it's offense.
Exactly.
If you have to
Take your
start
chances.
off, if you have to start off with no offense. Actually, I know this is supposed to be your motherly advice. Here's my sisterly advice to you guys. If someone says to you, no offense, cut them off. Don't even let them get any further into the conversation because they're going to say something that's offensive to you.
And there's even things that you can say to shut people down before
You ugly. You stupid. All right, Mama Schall, thank you so much. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. We're climbing one person at a time. We'll get there. And if you're listening on the podcast app or Spotify, please leave a nice review. It does help me out a lot. So, all right, love you guys. We'll see you next week when we have no clue what's going to happen. Not even me.
Love you guys, my kids.
Can't you see this is where you wanna be?